Hello and welcome. This is Flying Bruskev, and today I'm gonna do two flights. One will be a repositioning flight from Gideon Memorial to Kennet Memorial, a very short hop, and then we have a much longer flight ahead of us. So let's get started, and let's get this first done. Currently there is no controller at our location, so it's gonna be, well, it is a VFR flight, so I wouldn't need to talk to anyone anyway. There is no airspace there, but yeah, for the longer flight I would take flight following if they would be online. Okay, I want to locate myself. There I am. So for this first flight, actually check what kind of wind we have. And both flights will be done without using any moving maps or anything like that. I will use purely timing and landmarks to get my bearings. And after takeoff, I want to follow this road and look for the airport and land on it. The weather at the destination wind is from 040, so I'm gonna use runway 02 at Kennet Memorial. And winds are very similar right here. And from runway 15 and 33, I believe I can use either. The wind is only 2 knots. So in order to intercept this road, I will take runway 15. Right. That's it. Let me start up the plane. So, okay, that's not it. I also need to load it up. I want to fly with a full plane. Actually, full plane will be after. This is a repositioning flight, so I will keep it empty. Just the fuel is full. And now I can start the plane. Alright, so first, okay, fuel tanks are already on. Reset the trims to 0. All the circuit breakers seem to be on. All the switches are off. Very great. So let's turn on the battery. Both mixtures to full, props to full, and open the throttles just a little bit. Yep. Turn on the anti-collision light and navigation light. Both alternators. All 4 magnetos.
Clear prop!
And now I can start engine number 1. When started, fuel pump on. Engine seems to be running fine. Let's start the other one. And fuel pump on. Yes. Also seems to be working quite fine. I will reuse mixtures for taxing. It's quite cold, so I will just turn on the heater. And avionics. Okay. Okay, I didn't want to turn autopilot. Right, code will be VFR. Yes, I don't want any flight plan. The altimeter is rather high. It's 3060. The 3060. I have never had such high altimeter. Let's check that I have this right. So, Gideon Meminor. Okay, I don't have this right. Let's check if I have the real weather. I have. Real time live weather. Is live weather broken? Let's check the METAR. $3060. That should be the altimeter. Okay, if I press B, so it seems that the live weather is not working. Now it's working. Okay. So I just had to reset it a little bit. Good. So live weather is working right now. Altimeter. Okay, I will put whatever gives me the altitude of 270. Okay. Actually this one. Okay. Right. Verify that I'm connected to VATSIM. I am. In the meantime, controllers were offline. Yeah, there was Jacksonville before. Alright then, let's get flying. So once again, the route, I will take off, intercept this route, just follow it, and should land here. I will be landing 02. Let me verify. 02 has a right traffic pattern. Okay, that's a difference. So 02 right traffic pattern, that's very perfect because I can join at 45 degrees to runway 02. That's actually splendid. So let's get to it. Very well. I will turn on map just for taxiing. I don't consider it cheating. Gideon Memorial Traffic, this is Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo on the ramp by the fuel station, taxiing to runway 15, Gideon. Parking brake goes off, and let's get moving. Okay, there is nobody behind me. So parking brake on. Full mixture, and let's get that run up done. 1700, the engines are in the green. Let's test the magnetos. Acceptable drop. Let's put them back. And second set. Again, acceptable drop. Now I will test the feathering. Seems great. Let's put it back. And idle. engine's still running. Let's test the surfaces. So turning left, good. Turning right, good. Right, left, very well. Elevator and rudder. Okay, seems to be working fine. Let's get going then. Strobe lights, landing lights. Gideon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, Twin Cessna. Taking off runway 15, straight out departure. Gideon. And we have quite a crosswind, so crosswind is actually very high. 10 knots. Should be interesting. From the left. You can see that there. We'll need to correct quite a bit with right rudder and left aileron. So let's get going. Gear up. Oh, and turn off the map. Gideon traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, climbing through 1800, final call, turning to the south, Gideon. Okay, let's reduce power on those engines. And let's see. Yeah, I believe that this is this nice road / river, and we can stay at this altitude. Landing lights off, fuel pumps off. Destination altitude is almost the same, so pattern altitude is 1300. Okay, this is a perfect highway, sky highway to follow. I don't know what is the purpose of these 4 straight lines. It's a water, but surely seems like man-made. So I'll just fly along, and when I see that airport to my right, I should land there. Kenneth Memorial traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, approximately 5 miles northeast. We'll be entering right downwind runway 02. Kenneth. Right, if I'm not mistaken, this is a road crossing it, and the airport in that case should be someplace there. Maybe we'll need to do a little bit of searching. Okay, maybe that's the airport. Runway 02, so let's put this one to runway 02. Yeah, that's the airport. Actually join a little bit differently than I wanted. Actually, let's do it properly. So let's make a descending turn right now and slow down. Okay, it's too much. Yeah, full mixture, props. Start those fuel pumps. Landing lights. Yeah, this is the road. I want to follow that. And let's slow up. Let's put it to 45 degrees. Kenneth traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, entering right downwind runway 02 at 45. Kenneth. Okay. And let's slow that aircraft down. Okay, we are abeam, so first notch of flaps and the gear. We can slowly start to descend. Nice and slowly. Kennet traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning right base, runway 02, Kennet. Okay, it's gonna need a little bit more turning. And again, final. Kennet traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 02, full stop landing, Kennet. Too low. It's not a very good pattern, not by a long shot. The wind is there is wind, so I'm gonna land at higher speed. Wind should be from the right. Flaps up. Kennet traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, vacated runway 02, taxiing to parking, Kennet. Okay, landing lights off, strobe lights off. Lean the engine. Well, I'm not proud of my performance as of yet. But it will get better. And the windsock is blowing in the wrong direction. Yeah, windsock is blowing in the wrong direction. This is a custom airport. And at some custom airports, the windsocks are blowing wrong. That's unfortunate. Well, what can I do? Okay, let's park it here. Right, parking brake set. So that was a repositioning flight. And now I will enter the contract. And I want to fly. Yeah. Video recording equipment load. Imitation pearls load. I will load up the flight to be at my maximum takeoff weight. Still 70 pounds missing. So maybe, okay, that's too much, too much, too much. Oh, that was almost right. So let's see if we can get it. Yeah, 3 pounds. That's all right. Ready to go. I don't want to plan flight. Okay, so first stop is to Seliso Municipal. And gonna pause this. We have a route planned. This is the route that I planned. I will want to fly it completely without using any map. Really just recognizing the landmarks and timing those legs. For that I prepared a navlog that I will kind of reference and make notes here. On this long flight I will probably use autopilot to relieve me of stresses a little bit. Because it's a flight that should take 1 hour and a half. So quite a longer one, I would say. Let's see, do we have anyone online? Has anyone come up? That's me. No, well, maybe Fort Worth Center. I might be coming into their jurisdiction actually, if I'm not mistaken. Fort Worth Center. Let's verify. Yeah, it looks like this because this is Fort Worth or Fort Smith. Interesting. Okay, let's take this. And I believe where are those boundaries for different ARTCCs? Ooh. It's a military area there. Or could it be that they are a little bit further? This is Dallas, Fort Worth. Let's see. Okay, actually, let's file a flight plan because that will help us. Flight plan would be a VFR flight from KTKX to what was it? KJSV. I don't want any alternate. Altitude will be 4500, 177. Departure time actually it's 1930. 30. File it away. And then when we are in the air we can check if we are coming to their jurisdiction or not. I believe we are there. Yeah, if I see this body of water, that's... Is this one? Oh. Perhaps this one? Hmm. Or maybe flying there. Well, I'll see. Regional approach. What kind of region? Okay, regional approach. That seems nice. Yeah, it hasn't updated yet. Okay, it will update later. No matter. Let's get going. Canet Memorial Traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, Twin Cessna, on the ramp, taxiing to runway 02. Canet. Okay, let's get going. So we are now quite heavier. We have some people representing cargo. Again, this windsock is blowing in the wrong direction. It happens on some custom sceneries. It should blow exactly the opposite way. And the wind physically is actually exactly the opposite way. Altitude that I will be flying is 4,500 feet, so let's set it up. Like so. Let's recheck the weather. 3060. Winds from 050, gust 10, gusting 15. I don't need to take the whole runway, but I'm gonna do it. And in the meantime, let's check up on departure, departing to the north. So I'll do okay. I'll do a 45-degree left departure and then turn back and try to fly there. Maybe I would be able to spot this airport or this road. Let's seriously hope I am able to find that. Maybe there's some very narrow river. We'll see how that goes, what we can see from the air. So 247 is the first course that I wanted to fly, so let's set it up. Okay, engines are still running. I'm gonna skip run up. I've already done that. Kenneth Memorial Traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, taking off runway 02, left 45-degree departure. Kenneth. Landing lights, strobe lights. Fuel pumps are still on. Very good. Nobody there. Full mixture, full props. Elevator trim looking good. So let's get going. Airspeed is alive. This one's blowing correctly. Gear up. Seems to have very good performance. Okay, left 45 degrees, so I can turn. Now we are at a safe altitude, so I can turn on course. Kenneth Memorial traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, passing 2,000 feet, turning on course to the west. Final call. Kenneth. Okay, so let's reduce that power. We'll start the timer just to have an idea. Actually, I will be at the airport, so why not follow this course in a little while? But I'm still climbing right now. Landing lights can go off, and the fuel pumps as well, I don't need them. Airport's there. I'll just bring the map to my second screen so I can reference it. Okay, that's the airport. Okay, I will turn 247. 4,500 feet, that's my target altitude. .247 is a course, of course, and what I need to fly is 250 and 251. Okay, I'm climbing too much. Okay, I'll calculate it. I'll be using 240 and 23, okay. So my cruise power is 2,423 inches of manifold pressure. I will lean for that. Okay. Let's stabilize the plane. Alright, let's run the autopilot, heading mode, Alt arm, descent. Yeah, I don't like the fact that it's so blurry. In very short distance, it's very blurry. Okay, down. So it should take me roughly 8 minutes since I got on course. And my indicated airspeed should be around 170 for the true airspeed that I'm looking for. Yeah, that looks more like it. Not too many distinctive features here, so we will need to really rely on some kind of dead reckoning and such stuff. So the first one should take us, let's use Memphis, should take us here, and maybe we'll see some water and the city and airport with the beacon. So let's try to look for those features. This seems to be some city. That case there should be some water. I don't see it yet. There is some beacon and something flashing. We might be north of the course. Can always tune that VFR, I guess, to try to get our bearings. See if there is another field with the beacon. Yeah, there's another field with the beacon, and we might be seeing that. Time-wise, we could actually be. It could actually be this. But it would mean that there should be an airport there, and this is probably it, or might be. I just don't see that water, but it can just be a problem with the maps. So let's play it on a hunch that we are there, and I will follow this one, and we'll see if we can spot something else. So next heading is 273. 273. 273. I will reset the timer. And we should be flying this new heading for 8 minutes. So I'll just do some axis here that we already been there. So 8 minutes. And there is a road. We should be following some road. Might it be this one? It might. Yeah. Well, we'll get it done. To be honest, I seem to be a little bit lost, so I will tune in this VFR to see how far we are. So 108.6. Let me do that here. 108.6. And it is a JBR. Distance is 10 nautical miles. So we might actually be at the correct spot. If I center that, it says 10 nautical miles, almost to the south. So we are actually more south here. We are there. The road should be to the right of us. This is the one. I believe we are at the correct place actually. I would never have thought. Well, I would, but you know. So let's try to determine what we should see next in those 8 minutes. And let's verify the speed. 170 indicated, that's 177 true. At this altitude. And this temperature, yes. Pressure altitude. Yeah, pressure altitude just under 4,000 feet. Alright, fuel pumps off, engines are running good. Don't seem to have any kind of problem. Yeah, there are not many landmarks here, I'll give you that. So there should be some lakes, some water, and most importantly we should come to another city and the road and the airport that we could actually maybe see there already. And then we'll fly another lake. And from there I've picked some water to follow. Should be good. Should be easier to spot. So 8.2, that's 8 minutes and 15 seconds roughly. 5 more minutes flying this direction. Just farmland. Just flat earth, a lot of farmland. Yeah, not many landmarks. Okay, we have slowed down a little bit, so let me just add power. Because I should be running at 23 manifold pressure. Get a feeling that these small water surfaces will not be that much visible from up here. So what's the runway layout? Is this Walnut Ridge? Looks like it might be. Oh, there is some intersection. So even though I can't see those water surfaces, we are nearing this intersection, which will be... Could it be this one? Let's see. Then it turns right. It's probably gonna be this one. So... yeah, this is the airport. Yeah, it really looks like it. There's another one. Let's build this one. Okay, so I'll turn. The next course will be 266. Another intersection shortly before. And actually, I don't want to do 266 because I think I'm a little bit to the south here. Or am I? Okay, let's do 266 as mentioned. Let's do it now. And let's reset the timer, 7:50. Okay, so it took us 7.8. And now let's continue. Now we have a lag ahead of us, just 4 minutes and 3/10. So that's 4 minutes and maybe 20 seconds. Already see the river, and I originally thought I would be able to spot some salt bed here. Not really sure at this point, but we should cross the river and shortly thereafter see that off our left wing. This is the river. Fuel looking good. Engines running beautifully, speed is as it should be. Nice. Let me just verify. The temperature is about -5 degrees. Pressure altitude is just under 4,000. So pressure altitude 4,000 -5 degrees. Let's put it like this. And to keep 177 true, I should keep 170 indicated airspeed. Okay, so this should be that river. Very funny. I'm trying new Bing Maps as a layout instead of Google Maps, and I believe that I should come back to Google Maps again, because Google Maps have those rivers looking much better. This is horrible. This is really horrible. So we're probably someplace there, and we'll still need to cover some ground. Let's say maybe around there I should set the new course, because the river goes south. And this salt one is not really there anywhere. Okay, next one's gonna be 249. Okay, let's do 249. Reset the timer, 4 minutes and 5 seconds. So that's 4.1. And now 12 minutes to White River Band. So 12 minutes of flying over nothing really. There's nothing there. Close to 12 minutes, maybe at 10 minutes or 9 minutes we should see the airport to our left and the city. And then when we should cross this river. It's gonna be our marker. We are coming up at the military area, so let's check it out. Charlie Bravo, Charlie Charlie, and Charlie Alpha. So let's look at some details. Charlie Alpha Bravo Charlie, they're starting at 11,000 feet, so it doesn't really concern us. It's good. So we are flying under. And let's recheck how it is with the coverage. Oh, so I'll be landing just short of them. That's funny. Okay, so we are landing just short of them. We'll never breach that airspace. Alright then. 2 of them now. Well, what to do? Just gonna self-announce again. Right, I'll try to get some local altimeter setting. Let's get this one. A Batesville. This doesn't seem to be a latest one, so let KBVX. Let's do this. KBVX. Altimeter is 3059er. Yeah, let's just move it one. There we go. Speed a little bit higher, so let's just ease up a little bit. Three minutes. That's 1/4 of this, so that's a half, that's a quarter. We should have some road there. It's gonna be, I would like to say this one, but it doesn't look right. No, it doesn't. It should come with us. So maybe it's this one already here. Could it be? Yeah, we could be seeing this one. So it's that one. If I look back, then did this road? Yeah, it was probably there. Very good. Some water surface, let's try to identify that. Doesn't seem to be. It would have to be this one, that's not possible. Yeah, probably not important enough to have it here. But after 6 minutes we should already be there. And maybe we'll start seeing some river to our left. Maybe that's this one. The White River. Time is 5 minutes and there is some road going from north to south. Could we find that? It's gonna be this one. Yeah. And it seems that we are even arriving at exactly the same spot as we should. There's this little S bend. Like here. Well, this seems to be a little bit longer than what I'm seeing, but just maybe. There's a little hill before that road. Hard to see from above, up above. But I'm gonna call it that we are flying the correct course. After I land, and if I don't forget, I will input that flight plan into little nav map that I have running in the background, so I can later check the path that I took and see how close I was able to maintain that. Okay, we are at a half point on this long leg. Maybe a little bit farther already. We seem to be a little bit faster than the log would say. The speed, yeah, speed is good. One advantage flying on ping maps is that the roads are apparently visible a little bit better. Some hilly area. It's not so flat. This is the city of Batesville. We might be lucky to see this plant. Then again, we might not. Yeah, do you see this change? No, there is a wide river and suddenly it's a stream. I don't like it. And if I'm mistaken, this line is the bend in the White River. And the time would actually maybe agree that I should reach it in just under 4 minutes. Based from what I see outside, I would say that Arkansas is a farmland. I don't have any knowledge, any trivia about that, but that's what I would assume. Yeah, this is funny how Bing draws rivers. I don't like it. This seems to be kind of some mine. Can we find a mine? Yeah, there is a Bethesda, probably mine. And the plant was before that, so someplace there. Can't see that, but this will be that mine. Pretty sure of it. It's a good visual point, telling us that yeah, 9 minutes or 10 minutes we are there. Just a little bit further to cross the river. This is probably a dam lock, and there is the river that we'll be crossing. Okay, so we are on track. At the correct place even. And we are alone in the skies. No, we are not alone. There is some traffic behind us. Let's check what traffic that is. So we are there, and that's gonna be FFT. What is that? Frontier flight. Frontier Airlines. Okay. Yeah, they're a little bit faster than we are. Yeah. But it's them. And I don't see them anymore. What a pity. Alright, we are coming up on the river. 11 minutes and something. When we cross the river, I will be turning 254. It's a funny depiction of the river. So we cross the river. Let's select 254. Let's reset the timer. 11:45. It's very close. So 11.75. Now we are flying 10 minutes to Greer's Ferry Lake, and it's west end. And I'll just remove these so I can easily spot where I'm going right away. So what we'll see, okay, so there's a big bunch of nothing again, until we come closer, and we should fly parallel to this lake, and our reporting point is this end, west end. And this is gonna be it. So finally I'm coming into the realm of some landmarks. Our true airspeed is estimated 177. The temperature is... it indicates 0 degrees. But the thing is that if it indicates 0 and my airspeed is 170, temperature rise, there's some temperature rise. So temperature rise for 170 at pressure altitude around 5,000. The temperature rise is actually 4 degrees, so I need to subtract 4 degrees from what I see here. So it's -4. And if I line up -4 with 4,000 feet pressure altitude, because pressure altitude is just under 4,000 feet, then I see that in order to maintain 177, I need to fly 170, which I'm now not doing, but I was doing it before. Now the countryside looks a little bit better, but it's too much green. Probably there, crossing the first stream, and then we'll be crossing the second one. Or maybe this is the second one already. Looks like it, yeah. Let's see if we can make some photo. Oh, finally some mountain ahead. It's pretty far, but what might that be? There are some mountains or hills, I would say. Right, the engine's running smoothly. Cylinder's looking good. Pitot heat is turned off, not a problem. And it should be 10 minutes. 10 minutes, we just crossed the half point. Over there it's like 2/3. When we are there, it checks. Right, let's look outside. They are not moving. My passengers are not moving at all. Well, and I don't see anybody else. So we can just check along. Right, still chugging along, and this is the spot. This is my next reporting point, and I'm heading straight for it. Eight minutes, coming up on 10. It's gonna be perfect. And then we have a huge 50-mile lag, but at the end of it, again, a nice visual landmark in the form of Lake Dardanelles. So let me check the next heading, and it's gonna be 264, so just 10 degrees to the right. Aircraft performing beautifully. I'm slightly under with my power, but I should be. But it's good. Okay, I'm gonna set 264 and I will reset my timer this time at exactly 10 minutes because that should put us right above. There we go, 10 minutes. So I'll enter 10.0. Very good. And now 18 minutes of flight. So I would like to switch one of my tanks to auxiliary tanks. So first of all, it's gonna be right one. So fuel pump goes on. Right tank to auxiliary. And that fuel pump can go off. And now I have one tank on the auxiliary. That's good. And in 5 minutes I will switch the next one. The reason I want to wait 5 minutes, even though it cannot just run out on this flight, is that if I ever switched both of them simultaneously, and sometimes I do that, then I run the risk that both engines would quit simultaneously if I didn't watch it and let the fuel run out. So I just did one, and after 5 minutes I'll do the second one. So if ever just one engine quits, I have time to restart it until my other one gives in. So 18 minutes, again, very long track. Should put us there. It's the longest one. And from there it's it should be pretty quick. And since I know when that other ARTC, oh, this is it. But this is actually what I was looking for, you know, this line. This is a Memphis control and this is Fort Worth. So we're just landing just outside of them. I can't see that on the VFR sectional. Okay, not this one, I want Memphis. Yes. Alright, it's been 3 minutes. Let's wait 2 more before switching the other tank. Looking for other aircraft. Don't see anything. Let's study a little bit on our, well, after I switch the tanks, I will study a little bit on our destination. What's this? Interesting. The hilly area. The hilly area. This looks like very small runway. It's just gonna be a clearing, I think. There's nothing. Well, there's Scotland here. Okay. Guys, in case of emergency, but it looks very short. Very, very short. Right, coming up on 5 minutes, so let's turn fuel pump and switch the other tank to auxiliary and turn off the fuel pump. Great, and now let's check where we are coming. So that's gonna be a KJSV, was it? Sadly so. Good. Alright. Well, first things first. Is there any airport? This doesn't have weather. This has weather, so crew. I just want altimeter. 3055. Okay, so let's change it. 3055. Okay. Great. And finally, weather at our destination. KJSV. Wind 230 at 6. Okay. At KJSV, let's look for magnetic variation. There is one line. And this one is 1 degree east. So if there is another one, it's gonna be either 2 degree east or 1 degree east. So that's of no consequence. So I will use 230. What kind of runways do we have? We have runway 17 and 35. So 17 is the better one. Okay, so that's strange. 175 magnetic, 180 true. There is no 5 degree variation at this location. Or is it? There's one RNF. Let's look at the RNF, but that will not have a variation, unfortunately. I'm kind of puzzled. Kind of puzzled why there is 5 degree difference. Maybe some local disturbance. Well, 175 it is. 175. It's a left traffic pattern. Very good. I'll just put that plate just to have the diagram. So we will be landing 17. It's left traffic. We're coming from below, actually from the south. So we should break off and then join the downwind on the 45 degree left, and then land and taxi there. It should be quite all right. Okay, 8 minutes. We are almost at the half point of this longest leg. So I assume someplace there, probably. Should be some peaks to the left. Can I see some peaks? Oh, probably those. Yeah, that will be those peaks. So we just we just crossed them, so we are there. And to the right there's East Fork Wilderness. We see some wilderness. Probably so. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. You can see the aircraft's flying rather smoothly right now. So I'll let the aircraft fly and be silent for a bit. It seems that the air got much smoother. Just check the main tanks. Okay, a lot of space in the main tanks. The engines are now drawing from the auxiliary tanks that are there in the wings. And how these engines work is that it doesn't burn all the fuel that it sucks in. So the leftover goes back, and the line that feeds back leads only to the main tanks in the wingtips. So I must ensure that those tanks are not full, so the fuel can still get there. If they would be full, the excess fuel would actually be dumped, and I don't want to waste fuel. All right, we see some water surface. But we still have, well, not that much. Only 4 minutes left. I believe we might be slightly off course. Slightly off course. Let's check. So, this one here will be this one. So we are not, of course, we are continuing. And this band here, that will be this one. All right. So we are actually right on top. And there is the road and an airport. The road might be this. And I don't see the airport yet. What is this? Another water surface? Yeah, that's this one. An airport should be someplace there. Yeah, I think it's correct that I don't see these airports. Maybe this one from afar. I believe it to be correct. Yes. Well, next set of airports on my trip. This is how it looks like from the air, our current destination. But look at this, you know, this will be very hard to find. And I promised myself before that I'm never gonna fly into these again on Skypark, but there I go. And this will be very hard to find as well, but maybe that might be a little bit simpler. And this should be quite alright. But that's an issue for another day, I would say. Imitation pearls. Okay, so I will exchange imitation pearls for glass spheres at Saliso Municipal. Nice. Alright, there we go. One more minute, or actually, I believe that we are there. Across the road. It's a road. I believe we are there. Are we? A little bit further, perhaps. Just a little bit. And we are slightly to the right. So next course might be a little bit to the left. Just a little bit. Maybe 2 degrees to the left. Alright, and that course will be at 264 again, okay. The winds is different, so 264 again. So let's do just 1, 2 to the left, and let's reset the timer at 17:45. And let's do 17.75. Very well. And let's remove these. All right. Very nice. So now we are flying. It's actually pretty nice. 18 minutes flying, and we were just a little bit, slightly to the right. So now we are flying 18 miles along this lake, or maybe it just turned into river, until we cross that. And I call that crossing Arkansas River S1. It's like S1, and there is S2. So that should be pretty simple. We're just following this, and when we cross that, we are there. Time should be 6.4 minutes. Fuel, very well. Main tank, there is still place. I can fill in approximately 300 pounds, or not exactly 300, but let's say maybe 270, more or less, into there. Well, it should be 300 actually, but it will never go that far. Okay, there is this S1, big S, and when I cross that, I will again reset that. And I should be crossing that in the middle, so let's adjust our course. Just slightly. So we may cross it in the middle. It's maybe too much, so let's go back. And when we cross that, it's gonna be 266. Yeah, we are at the section that it's more or less straight, just with those reporting points to mark our way. Alright, almost there. Quickly check if we got any controllers around. No, it's just at Fort Worth Center. It's a shame. What can we do? And I believe that once we cross this river, and I'll make my note, I'll take the aircraft and hand fly it again for the remainder of the flight. Yeah, that's the plan. So, we are over the river. Let's reset the timer. 5:45. 5:45. It was a little bit faster. So 5:75, yes. And now it's 5.8. And again, the reporting point is crossing of the river. And then another crossing of the river. And then there we just turn in. Okay, so let's disconnect the autopilot. A little bit of right rudder. We'll put this to 175, which will be the magnetic heading. And I will start switching back to main tanks. So first I'll switch the right one to main. Very good. And after 5 minutes, so at after 5 minutes, so at 6:30 or 6, I will switch the second one. 6:30 might be difficult since we will arrive at that band before that, but I'll just carry over whatever time I have left to that other section. Okay. Another S in the river, and this is Arkansas River that we are now following. We're still climbing. Okay, let's now check the weather at our destination. 3052, so I'll just turn the altimeter to that value. 30. Okay, it doesn't matter. I was turning the altitude instead, but let's fix that. Okay, when I cross this, it's gonna be a heading of 264 again. So hardly any change. Right, there's the river. 5:45. Let's make a note. And that took us same time. And at 45 seconds, just switch that other tank, so I'm already prepared for that. Fuel, and I can do it already. Main tank, fuel pump off. Great. Now let's begin preparing. So we will enter Class Delta airspace very shortly. We should stay above 3,000 feet. That's alright. The pattern altitude will be 1,500 feet at this, and we're gonna do a left traffic pattern for runway 17. If the weather is still okay, the weather is verbatim right now, but I already calculated with that, so let's use runway 17. It will also make the pattern entry much simpler for us. Okay, should be heading there actually. Airport to the left of us. There will be airport. When we cross the river, there's the last user fix before turning towards the airport. Where is this major airport? Is it there? Yeah, it's there. It's barely visible, but I believe that's correct. So we are above Delta airspace. Expected time 4 minutes and a few seconds. And then the heading will be 263. Just set the heading already, 263. There's the airport. Well, there's an airport. Alright, let's reset the timer, 340. 340, that's gonna be 3.7. And then we are flying 6 minutes. 6 minutes on this heading. We are probably a little bit to the right, to the north of it, because this will be the road that's depicted, but that's all right, I guess. I'll just turn a little bit to the left. Or is it that one? Yeah, it is that one. Actually, wait a minute. Well, this will actually tell us where to go. Class Delta ends there, so we will be able to descend in a little bit. I want to be down to 2,000 feet by reaching there, but we have a lot of time for that. Finally closing in on my destination. Yeah, it should be a little bit to the left. There's no problem. We'll reach there soon enough. Okay, first cross, that's outside of Delta. So we are free to descend if we want to. Quick recap on the runways. Okay, so it's gonna be runway, not this one, runway 17. Yes, runway 17. Exit to the right. We'll be turning left downwind of that runway. And we're flying 339er when reaching that spot. So I'll just already tune in that 339er. There we go. And yeah, and I started descending, obviously. I'm gonna switch on those fuel tanks for landing. Neutralize the rudder trim. Again, pattern altitude 1,500 feet. And there is a dam bridge. And from there there's a road basically all the way to the runway. Okay, let's start descending a little bit more. Sally saw traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo Twin Cessna approximately 10 miles southeast at 3,600 feet, descending, and will be joining left downwind runway 17. Sally saw. Yep. I actually believe that to be airport environment, or estimate that as 6 nautical miles. So I might be turning into there. Or is this the runway environment? No, it's gonna be there. Okay, I'll just slow up. Trim the aircraft for new airspeed. Let's actually fly. At the perceived 45-degree angle. Or just correct as we come nearer. We should get to still 1,000 feet more. Already started slowing down. Yeah, okay, so it should be there. Where is the airport? Is that the airport? Yeah, that's the airport. Okay. So still 500 feet more down and slow up. Okay, mixture, full reach. Props 2,500. Okay, that's the runway, I think. Okay, and now we are at pattern altitude. Or below. Sally saw traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, joining left downwind runway 17, Sally saw. Alright. And slow up. I want to slow up. Gonna drop first notch of flaps. Landing lights. Landing gear down. Okay, I think my light bulb in the landing gear went out, but let's not focus on that right now. Alright, there's the runway. Let's continue. Can start descending a little bit. Not too much, not too much. Sally saw traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning left base, runway 17, Sally saw. Sally saw traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, turning final, runway 17, full stop landing, Sally saw. Okay, second notch of flaps. Let's put this bird down. Flaps go up. What are those? Don't know. Sally saw traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Charlie Romeo, runway 17 is vacated, taxiing to parking. Sally saw. Alright, that was a much better pattern and landing than the first one that I did today. I must not forget to overlay that flight path to see if I came any close. Okay, landing lights off, strobe lights off. Lean the engine. Gonna park here somewhere. This looks like a good spot. Let's set the parking brake on. Right, fuel pumps off. Heating element. So heating goes off, and all these knobs, turn them. Right, that's off, that's off. I can turn off the engines. Avionics first. Engines. and all the switches, lights, and battery power. And this is our aircraft. As we landed. Alright, so first of all, let's not forget to drop off imitation pearls and load glass spheres. And let's bring up the this one. And let's try to do a flight plan. Flight plan route description. Yeah. Let vector. We have K as this, and then we have KJSV. Can it read? Let's see. Route description looks like it. Create flight plan and close. So. Okay. So the yellow is the flight plan. Alright. And the dashed line is my route. That was... Oh, it was almost perfect. Yeah, I went, as I was saying, I went a little bit off on this leg. I told you that I ended, you know, more to the right than I thought. But then corrected it slightly. There's where I took control of the aircraft, so the line starts to get a little bit wobbly and not very straight. And then of course I turned here a little bit sooner because I just wanted to come at 45 degrees. It's better to join at 45 degrees at midfield, but nobody's perfect, I would say. And the pattern was actually flown beautifully. Just measure the distance. Yeah, I could even have flown it like at this distance and it would still be perfect. It would be better actually for my type of aircraft. I don't need to be that close, but I'm used to be that close from smaller aircraft. The result is that I almost needed to do one continuous turn instead of a distinctive flag. But that's not that bad. Alright. Well, thank you for joining me. Next leg will be to Oscar Kilo 43. It's not gonna be today. It's gonna be some different day. Maybe tomorrow, maybe on Monday. I'll see. One of these 2 days I will do that. Thank you for watching. Have a safe flying, and until next time, bye bye.